Homer picked up a data cable, wrapped it tightly around his neck, ignoring his own struggles and pleas for mercy, determined not to stop until his neck snapped. A few years ago, Homer had been kidnapped by shadowy forces for exposing government scandals and dumped on a remote island in the sea. Unlike a typical prison, this place was also home to many ordinary people. All of them were individuals who knew too much and had been imprisoned for their sense of justice. Terrified, Homer rushed into a phone booth to call for help, only to be knocked unconscious by anesthetic gas from the receiver. When he woke up, he was sitting on a sofa. A balding old man descended from above and sat across from him. The man stated, "Your expos have exposed too many of our secrets, hindering social progress, so we have no choice but to imprison you here until death." Homer retorted, "Your conspiracy won't succeed. Once I go missing, my family will search for me frantically. By then, the truth you're trying to bury will inevitably come to light." The old man smirked, "You're overthinking it. We've already arranged for an agent to take your place and live your life." Meanwhile, at the Simpson household, an imposter wearing a lifelike Homer mask appeared. Homer had no idea how long he'd been imprisoned. Just then, a fellow prisoner called out to him, saying, "I've noticed you want to escape. Why not team up with me? Let's row a boat and get out of here." And so, Homer rowed all the way back home. Seeing the empty living room, he didn't waste a moment. He hurried to his Expose website, ready to expose the government scandals. But to his shock, during his captivity, the shadowy forces had infiltrated his website. He could no longer post Expose articles freely. The old man said coldly, "We gave you a chance, but you didn't cherish it. It seems we must silence you forever." Homer declared, "No one can silence me except myself." The agent grabbed a mouse cable, wrapped it around Homer's neck, and prepared to end his life. But Homer knew his own weaknesses all too well. A simple bend of the knees was enough to break free from the threat. Just then, Marge pushed the door open and discovered Homer had returned. It turned out they had known all along that the imposter was fake. Everyone was overjoyed. Even the family dog rushed over to hug him, only to be knocked out by gas again. Homer was back on the island once more, but this time, he brought the whole family along. Surprisingly, Marge loved it there. Food and shelter were provided, no work was required. Every day was filled with happiness. It was like the Garden of Eden, except for the occasional knockout gas.